Welcome back. Well, of course, the decision is still very fresh in the air, and conversations, reactions, trailing all of that. But now let's switch a bit to the insurance industry. We know that there's a deadline for recapitalization for that industry, and it's on the last day of this month. So we'll see how the preparation to meet up with that is. But first of all, we need to celebrate the women again. A whole lot to celebrate. We saw the NBA, we saw a woman come out as the president, and now for the Nigerian Insurance Association, for the very first time, we have a female chairman of the association, the 27th chairman, and she's right here with us in the studio. Ebelechukwu Nwachukwu, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for representing us.
Thank you very much.
Was it a tough fight? Did you have a lot of opposition or something?
Oh no, so it's a transition. In the Nigerian insurance industry, it's a very smooth transition. So you become deputy chairman, you serve for 2 years.
And then you become the chairman. So everybody saw it coming.
Oh yeah, well, yes.
Something like that.
Except fundamentals change, yes. Yes.
Okay, congratulations
Thank
once
you very
again.
much.
And I know coming with the fresh energy and all of that, we can be very expectant. What do you come with?
Oh, well, I've launched an agenda. I've launched an ACE agenda for the insurance industry. So I've come with a lot of experience, a passion for this industry. I'm in this industry because I want to be here and because I know that the value that the insurance industry presents to the economy is enormous. You know, so I launched a theme tenure called ACE. The first is about awareness. ACE stands for awareness, how we can make insurance, make Nigerians more aware of the insurance industry and what we do, how we can alleviate suffering, like when all these floods happen and there are losses, how we can make people know that an insurance company will actually save you in the event that you suffer a loss. You don't suffer a loss and lose everything when you have insurance. How to take insurance, improve our channels, improve our products, improve how we engage and make Nigerians enjoy what we offer as an industry. That's the first agenda that I have as chairman of the Nigerian Insurance Association. The second is about building our insurance people, capacity building, not just the people for leadership, but also building our capacity to underwrite large risks. A lot of our businesses are reinsured overseas. We want to see how we build with our new capital, how we build more capacity internally, how we are prepared to actually protect the assets of Nigerians and help to support the economic drive of the federal government of Nigeria. And the last is enforcement. Nigeria has 6 compulsory insurance products. We mostly
know of the third party for car insurance.
So if we even focus on third party only, we want to make sure that every car on the road has an authentic third party insurance cover. And that's just going to take the begging away when accidents happen. Provide compensation when people, when you run into someone else's car, or you run into someone else's property. That responsibility is transferred to the insurance industry. So we want to make sure that there's enforcement. There's enforcement of the third party, there's enforcement of group life insurance policies, there's enforcement of buildings under construction. That's a compulsory insurance. So if there's a collapse, the property around, the people who suffer losses, injuries are taken care of by insurance. So all of the compulsory products are on the table. How we engage, how we take people to understand them, how to purchase them, and how to lodge their claims. The focus of the insurance industry under the NERA Act, there's a great focus on customer experience and customer service, paying claims promptly, because now we have the capital
paying
to
claims
do it.
And making noise about it, because I think that's another thing.
Yeah.
I remember I had a conversation with the regulator some time ago, and when they reeled out the number of claims being paid, I'm like, well, you guys don't talk about it. If you don't talk about it, how do we know about it? Even I'm in the media and I do not know.
Yeah.
So how will people out there even trust you to say, oh, I'm not just doing this policy because I am compelled to. I'm actually doing it because it will benefit me one way or the other.
So we must tell the claim stories. We must. We have to find a way to do it. We protect our customers. We need to get that permission to talk about the claims we pay. We'll make that more transparent so we can talk about claims paid. You mostly hear insurance companies don't pay claims.
Exactly.
But we pay billions in claims. We
yeah,
pay
especially
claims
when you talk about
day.
the marine activities and all of
that.
That's huge.
Motor insurance has the most frequent claims in the industry. It's every day. Someone runs into a bumper, someone runs into a house. Their claims paid every day. The insurance industry pays those claims now same day.
Same day.
Same day.
Wow.
You bring your claim, you bring all the validating documents, and the claim is processed and paid.
Yeah, I mean, because if in a quarter, the insurers come together and say, oh, in this quarter, this is what was paid as claims, for motor insurance, for this. I think I'm just sharing
the trust.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people actually just buy those policies because they have to.
Yeah.
They don't even remember even when they need it. In a lot of cases.
We will tell our stories.
So your awareness you talked about,
yes,
I
we will tell our, from purchasing to what it covers, to what we do, to claims
to what you have done.
We're going to make people more aware of.
Let me just get your thoughts on this plan to change the name of NICOM, your regulator. What do you think about it? What's the essence of it?
Well, we were part of it, as the Nigeria Insurance Association, the Nigeria Council of Registered Insurance, because we work very collaboratively as an industry. NICOM, is creating the regulator is taking more authority, asking for more powers, more independence to actually launch an insurance industry that is completely, very, very formidable and one that everyone can trust. So they're taking a strong position as regulator, while the industry then aligns to make sure we do the right things at all.
So that means that the name change will come with a tweak to the laws?
Yeah, there's a lot more powers to the regulator.
Okay,
yes.
that'll be given to the regulator. I hope you guys will not come and complain at the end of the day that the regulator
Like I said, we worked collaboratively. The drafts were sent to the Nigeria Insurance Association and all the industry bodies. So we went through it, we made an input. We haven't seen the final bill that was passed, but we're confident that it will carry all of what we've agreed should be there. We support our regulator. We want them to do well, because when they are strong, then we are strong as well. Okay.
And then the deadline is just about 9-10 days away.
Yes.
I hope we won't hear of a lot of companies being, maybe deregistered or something.
So a lot of the members of the Nigerian insurance industry have done all of what we are supposed to have done by this stage. So we have made the statutory deposit to the Central Bank of Nigeria. We have paid all the fees we should pay for the recapitalization process. And we have also paid for the verification exercise. The regulator got the auditors, some auditing firms, to do the verification. So it's transparent and the standards are same across the industry. So a lot of us have already subjected ourselves to the verification process. We've made our deposits to the CBN. We're ready. We are ready as an industry. Again, like I said, we work very collaboratively as an industry. So we knew that it was coming, and when the new law was passed, we were in a hurry to get to, comply. So by the 31st of July, and following the 31st of July, the regulator will then make an announcement on the companies. But, I don't think the way it's been structured, the way we've worked with our regulator, no policyholder will be exposed with this process. Instead, we're becoming a stronger industry.
So do we expect to hear stories of mergers and stuff like that?
Right now, I don't think there's any that is open to the public yet, but I know that, it will happen. There'll be some consolidation, and the regulator is making sure that those companies are not able to comply alone. They also, bring them together.
Platforms for that. But
yes.
Are all insurance companies members of the association?
Right now, yes. There's some that, you need to apply to become a member. So there's some that are not members at the moment. But all insurance companies want to be members of the association.
Or should be members. Is it want to be or should be members?
Should be, because we have standards. We have some requirements, really in relation to the consumer, as an association that we hold dear. So if you're joining the association, then you must comply with those standards. And we want to make sure that when people see the NIA logo on the letterhead of an insurance company, they know that those standards exist and that those are the companies to do business with.
So you talked about capacity, building capacity. I know that, well, before now, when they see someone who is not looking so good and says the marketer, oh, you're marketing insurance. So, but I believe the status has changed now. And when you talk about capacity, especially with the expectation of the new capital, what can we expect afterwards with the new blood that will be coming into the industry?
Well, first, you expect a stronger industry. You know, it's an industry that has more capital to pay claims, to develop products, and to build more channels of distribution. Then you expect an industry that has more underwriting and technical strength, you know, to write all the businesses in this market, from oil and gas to aviation, and writing simple risks, you know, for SMEs and individuals as well. You also expect insurance professionals that are well-groomed, well-trained, and who know exactly what they're doing. And just an industry that every one of us can be proud of, and one that gives great returns to all its shareholders. There's a lot planned with NERA. It is a great act, and you know, we're embracing it completely as an industry to make a great change. What we want to see is a Nigeria where people are insured, where insurance policies are used to protect assets, used to protect lives, are used to plan a good life. This is what we're going to make sure happens with NERA and, you know, recapitalization that will crystallize by July 31. And
when you say the enforcement part of your vision, what's that about?
So enforcement, you know, third party, for example, like you mentioned, is a compulsory insurance product.
And I think for public buildings,
insurance for public buildings is
but I mean, sorry, before you go on, help me to understand, and I know there are a couple of people. What is a public building?
Buildings that receive, not your home, any building that is commercial.
But if I build a block of flats and I'm renting it out, is that a public building?
Yes, so there's some insurance that's also compulsory for those kind of buildings.
But is that compulsory
that
also?
That is compulsory
that
as well.
If you know you have a tenanted block of flats or something, that is also compulsory.
It's compulsory that you have insurance on that.
So it's only when you build a house and you are resident in it, then you are not compelled. Is that it?
That is correct. We want you to still insure your home, but
obviously
you're not compelled to do it. You know, professional indemnity is compulsory. Your doctor must have insurance for the work that he does. You know, so that if there are casualties that are not, that you can clearly define as not being professional, then you can lodge a claim. You can lodge a claim and get compensated. You know, so if we take third party, for example, responsibility on the road is why we talk about enforcement. You know, not all cars in Nigeria have third party, even when it's compulsory. And some want to buy, you know, fake insurance policies because they don't actually know the value of having the authentic third-party cover, you know, that we recommend. So the enforcement part of my tenure is really to talk about the value of those products and how you can engage with the insurance industry.
Because I was trying to imagine how you want to enforce it. First, if you want to do the physical enforcement, you know you need a lot of personnel for that. And that's a lot of costs and logistics and all of that. So I'm just trying to understand how.
So we're looking for a lot of collaboration. Collaboration with government, collaboration
NURTW, and
all. We're going to be reaching out to everyone to ensure that the collaboration to make this possible happens. And then we're going to use technology a lot to also drive the process. Already the NIA has platforms where you verify that your third-party insurance is authentic. We have the NIID platform as NIA, you know, where you verify, and we have NIIP where you can buy, you know, authentic from any of the insurance companies that are members of the association. So yeah, compulsory insurance is a need. Group life insurance, for example, also, you know, make sure that organizations that employ more than 4 people have life insurance for their staff. Compliance level is probably below 2% right now. So we want to make sure that compulsory products are engaged with very strongly.
Well, talk about the private sector, employees and all of that. That's not compulsory, yeah?
It is. If you employ more than 4 people, you should have
life insurance.
Group life insurance for them.
And you said it's how many % compliance now?
Very, very low. Very, very low. The corporates, maybe the large corporates comply, but and then the smaller companies probably need to be educated a lot more, told about the benefits and the cost, It's not, insurance is a very affordable, very, very affordable product. So, yeah, we want to make sure that we move compliance and penetration ratio of insurance industry significantly, and our contribution to GDP as well.
You have a lot of awareness and enforcement to do.
I do.
But the good thing is that you're on the chair and you're a woman, so you have all the strategy.
Yes, and the people.
And support that you need from your members.
Yes,
Ms. Ebelechukwu Nwachukwu, the 27th chairman and the first female chairman of the Nigerian Insurance Association, also the managing director of Rex Insurance Limited. I guess we should have started from there, because if you are not a stakeholder, you would not be a member of the association.
Absolutely.
So congratulations, and we are watching, to see more enforcement and awareness.
It will happen. Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
All right.